So last class we have studied subject, verb and clause. Quick revision. Subject is a place, name, animal, thing, idea, whatever, जिसके बारे में that sentence is talking. ठीक है? And verb is any action word. For example, the baby sleeps. In this, what is the subject?
Baby.
Baby is the
Sleep,
subject.
ma'am.
Sleep is the verb. Okay, because the sentence is talking about a baby. Here, man is the subject because they're talking about a man. Here, girl is the subject because they're talking about a girl. And the verb is eats, sleeps, jumping. Okay. So this is the difference between subject. Be on mute, please. Then we have clause. Clause matlab it's a part of a sentence which are of two types. And each clause will have a subject and a verb. Clause are of two types, independent and dependent. Independent clause means it's a complete sentence on its own. Akele bhi it will make sense. Dependent clause will not make sense akele. For example, when dad is not home. When dad is not home, aage kya? Nothing is there. So it is a dependent clause. It needs one more sentence here to be complete. Okay. So I told you, you have to remember incomplete sentence. Incomplete. COM is dependent and complete is independent. I told you this is the opposite. In wala is opposite. Okay, so our revision is done. Now we are moving on to, I hope you've written all these notes in your notebook as well. Please make sure that you are deleting all screenshots because it will take up your phone's memory. And I hope you're all writing the notes in your notebook, because if you don't write it that day itself, then it's going to be a huge problem later on. Pura ek saath likhna padega. Okay. Now we are moving on to our main part. मैंने आपको dependent, independent clause, all those subject, verb, everything I taught you so that I could teach you this. Okay, this is our main part, which is simple, compound and complex sentence. Okay. So today's class we are going to identify simple, compound and complex sentence, and we'll also try to convert one type of sentence to another type of sentence. Okay. Clear? Everybody is with me till now? Give me a thumbs up. All of you are ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Give me a thumbs up if all of you are ready. I could only see 2, 3 thumbs ups. I want to see if people are sleeping or not. Shahid, Suhail, Simran. Hussein, sleeping.
Ma'am.
Yes, Umesh.
Ma'am.
Okay, so let me start with this. First, we are looking at simple sentences. Okay? आपको पता है independent clause are what type of sentence? Complete or incomplete? Complete sentence. Okay? I'm constantly gonna keep asking you all this so that आपका revision भी होता रहे. ठीक है? Independent clause are complete sentences. That means simple sentences are also complete sentences. It has one subject and one verb. It is a complete thought. Okay. For example, that dog is brown. Okay. So this is a simple sentence because it has a subject and a verb. Okay. Next one. Example again they have given here. Grace opened the door. Okay. This is one more example. Till here now you're clear. What is the subject here? What will be the subject here? Grace is the subject. And what is the verb, Alfia? What is the verb?
Open.
Opened is the verb. Please pay attention. I'm going to keep asking you questions. Now there is something known as compound subject and compound verb. Okay. So look here, guys. It's important that you understand the difference. Sometimes when you look at a sentence like this, the table and chairs need to be cleaned. Okay. This is a simple sentence, even though there is a word and in between, because tables and chairs you will consider as one subject. Agar this sentence is written in a different way, the table needs to be cleaned sorry, and the chairs too. Okay, so do you see now I have separated the two things because this whole sentence is talking about table and chair. So these are two subjects here. Okay, this whole sentence is talking about tables and chairs because both of them need to be cleaned, but the subjects are separate. Okay, so this is not a simple sentence, but yahan pe tables and chairs are written together, so it is a simple sentence. Is this much clear to you? I'll give you
Yes.
one more sentence. I'll give you one more sentence. Let's say Duke is scared of spiders. Okay, I've given you this sentence. What is the subject in this sentence?
I can, ma'am.
Yes, Manan.
Ma'am, table and chair is subject.
Darling, I'm asking about this
Duke
sentence.
and spider.
Duke and spider.
Yes, ma'am.
Duke, ma'am.
I'll tell you why you're wrong.
No, ma'am. Duke.
The subject is only Duke and not spiders. Okay, so you guys need to identify the difference between what is the actual subject. Yahan par there are two different nouns and you say there are two subjects. Here also there are two different nouns, but only one subject. Spiders is not a subject because in this sentence they are talking about Duke. Duke is scared of spiders. They're not talking about spiders, right? But here in the first sentence, they are saying that table also needs to be cleaned, chairs also needs to be cleaned. Is that making sense? Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
क्योंकि यहाँ पे tables and chairs की बात कर रहे हैं कि tables को भी कुछ action की जरूरत है, chairs को भी कुछ action की जरूरत है. ठीक है? Both of them need some action. That is, they both need to be cleaned. But now Duke is scared of spiders. Spiders are not scared of Duke. Okay? So this sentence is talking about Duke. So there's only one subject. Spiders will not be the subject. So identify the difference there. Okay? So here, this will be a simple sentence. Because even though there are two subjects, there are two nouns, subject is only one. But here, this is not a simple sentence because there are two different subjects here. Got it? And in a simple sentence, there's only one subject and one verb. ठीक है? कितना clear हुआ? Give me a thumbs up. एक simple sentence में there is only one subject and one verb. And that subject can be a compound subject if you are writing tables and chairs together, or if you write Duke and Leah. Duke and Leah are scared of spiders, then Duke and Leah will be the subject, and that is a compound subject, but still it will be a simple sentence. So, got it? Any doubts here? I'm going to pause. So please take a screenshot here. You don't have to write the examples that I wrote you, but I hope you understood the difference. ठीक है? आपको difference समझ आ गया? That's enough. Door is not a noun, Husna. Door, yes, sorry, door is a noun, correct. Okay, next. Another way of writing simple sentences with a compound verb. The boy smiled and nodded. Smiled and nodded is a compound verb. उसने smile भी किया और अपना सर भी हिलाया. Okay, he's moving his head also and he's smiling also. But if I write the sentence as the boy smiled and he nodded, then this will not be a simple sentence. Okay? Because now there are two different things. एक boy ने smile किया और उसने nod किया. ठीक है? Difference I'm saying in Hindi. एक boy ने smile किया और उसने nod किया. और first sentence है एक boy ने smile और nod किया. ठीक है? Do you see the difference? It's a very small difference. But just this word in between is making it two different verbs. There are two verbs here. And yahan pe only one verb is there. So this is not simple. Not simple sentence. And this is a simple sentence. Any doubts here?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Can you guys take a screenshot of this and write both of this in your notebook? First, you will write simple and you will write
Yes.
this one, and then you will write this point.
Yes.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. Let me give you a different example. The girl jumped and hopped. Is this a simple sentence? I want all of you to answer. क्या ये simple sentence है? Guys,
Yes, ma'am.
yes or no? क्या ये simple sentence है?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. But if
Ma'am,
I
no.
write a girl jumped and she
No, ma'am.
hopped.
Compound.
Guys, if I write the girl jumped and hopped,
Ma'am, that is not simple sentence.
if I write only the girl jumped and hopped,
That
then
is
this is
simple
a
sentence.
simple sentence. But if I write the girl jumped and she hopped, so there is one more subject and verb here. ठीक है? एक दो sentence हो गया ये, दो different sentence हो गया ये. Girl jumped, girl hopped. और उसको हमने and लगा के join किया है. Okay, we have joined these two lines, two sentences. The girl jumped, the girl hopped. By using and, we said now the girl jumped and she hopped. Okay? So this is not a simple sentence. These are two different sentences को join किया हुआ है. Okay? But if I write only the girl jumped and hopped, then this will become a compound verb. And this is a simple sentence. Okay? Got it? Yes? No?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I'm going to clear this now. Now we are going to the next. Okay. Before we go, can you guys tell me what is the subject here? Read this sentence and tell me the subject.
Boy.
Boy? Where is there a boy here?
Ma'am,
Alia?
here no.
Hajira?
Ma'am, I can. Sentence. Ma'am,
Yes,
it's sentence.
This sentence, what is?
Ma'am, children.
Children is the subject. And what is the verb?
Run.
Yours.
What is the verb?
Ran, ma'am, ran away.
Ran away is the verb. There is spooky house also. Is that a subject?
No, ma'am.
No, because this sentence is talking about children and not spooky house. So this is not subject. Take a screenshot, please. So यहाँ पे scared children is the subject and ran is the verb. Spooky house is not the subject. So this is a simple sentence. Even though it's a big sentence, it's a simple sentence. Okay. Now we are looking at compound sentence. आप लोग को पता है dependent and independent clause क्या है, right? You already know that. This is going to be easy. In a compound sentence, there are two or more independent clause. Okay. For example, let's take the same example. The girl jumped and she hopped. Okay. So if I write only the girl jumped, is it making sense? Is that a complete sentence? The girl jumped?
Yes, ma'am.
Or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
If I write the girl hopped or she hopped, is that a complete sentence?
No.
Why?
No.
Why no?
No.
No, ma'am.
Does it have a subject? What is the subject in this second one?
She.
She is the subject.
Ma'am, girl.
Subject
Is there a verb?
No.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
What is
Jumped.
the verb?
Yes, ma'am. Hope.
Hopped. Okay, so there is a subject also and there is a verb also. Okay, and if I only write these two words here, guys, if I don't write this part, अगर मैं आपके लिए ये वाला पार्ट पूरा ना लिखूं और सिर्फ लिखूं she hopped, क्या उसका मतलब बन रहा है? Is it making sense?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Why?
No, ma'am. No,
Why no? Do you think I need one more sentence to come and complete she hopped? I think she hopped is making sense on its own also. She hopped, उसने कूदा.
Yes,
Now
ma'am.
tell me, this is a dependent or independent clause?
Independent.
This is independent. Okay, because अगर मैं लिखूं she hopped, even though it is two words only, it is dependent क्योंकि वो अकेले ही stand कर सकता. Sorry, it is independent क्योंकि वो अकेले ही stand कर सकता है. If I just leave it alone, please be on mute, all of you. If I just leave it alone like that, it will still make sense. Do you get it, guys?
Yes, ma'am.
So there is one independent clause. The girl jumped is also independent.
Yes, ma'am.
And she hopped is also independent. When you identify sentences, please उन sentences का length मत देखो. दो word का sentence can also be independent. It is a complete sentence. He cried. Is this a complete sentence?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. He cried. She ate. They ran. It's all complete sentence. Okay? Because it makes sense. अकेले भी उसको आप लिखोगे तो आपको समझ आ जाएगा. अगर मैं लिखूं since he cried. If I write since he cried, is this a complete sentence? Yes or no?
No, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Since he cried is not a complete sentence. It's starting with since. This is a dependent clause. ठीक है?
Yeah.
He since से start हो रहा है. तो ये incomplete sentence है. Okay? I'm going to erase all this now. So in a compound sentence, there will be two independent clause and it will be joined by a conjunction. Okay? Do you know what is a conjunction? Can somebody tell me what is a conjunction?
Ma'am, I can.
Yes, Manan.
Ma'am, that afterward we put that symbol.
Afterward, we put a symbol. No. Okay. Conjunctions are words that are used to join two sentences. Okay. I'll teach you what these conjunctions are. So, आप लोग क्या लिखोगे पहले? You will
Like,
write
ma'am,
compound
and-
sentence. You will write two or more sentence. Then this is your second point. The girl jumped and she hopped. There are two independent. This is one example. So in a compound sentence, there is a subject. This is the subject. This is the verb. This is the subject. This is the verb. Subject verb plus subject verb. Then you will draw an arrow with this plus sign. This plus sign is a conjunction. And conjunctions are words that join two sentences. Okay. दो sentences को join करने वाला word is conjunction. For example, यहाँ पे conjunction क्या है? And. Okay. We will see what these conjunctions are. Okay. There are only some types of conjunctions. Not all words that join two sentences are conjunctions. Have you taken a screenshot here? 3, 2,
Yes, ma'am.
1. I'm going to the next page. How will you know what these conjunctions are? There's a very simple word that you will remember, which is fanboys. Okay? For, and, nor, but, or, yet, so. Okay, now I'm giving you one more example. She cried because, sorry, 1 second. You also see this tab on top.
Yes.
Because she was hungry. इसमें she cried is a complete or independent sentence or what? Tell me.
Yes, ma'am. Independent
Yes, ma'am.
sentence.
He was hungry.
Independent sentence.
Independent. But is this because there anywhere in conjunction?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
No, it's not there.
Oh.
Okay. So because is not a conjunction. So this is not a compound sentence. ठीक है? It is not compound. क्योंकि आप इस sentence को कैसे break करोगे? So you will write she cried because she was hungry. So because is not a conjunction at all. These are your conjunctions. You will remember conjunctions by fanboys, only these many conjunctions. Okay. Because is never a conjunction. Okay. She cried because she was hungry. So this is a complete sentence. Because she was hungry is not a complete sentence. It is a dependent clause. So there is one independent and one dependent clause. So this is a different type of sentence. Okay. This is not a compound sentence. So please take 2 minutes to memorize fanboys, not 2 minutes, actually 1 minute, and write somewhere in your notebook because, since, although. All these words are not conjunctions. Okay, please take a screenshot here. And you need to write this. And I'm also giving you 1 minute to memorize fanboys. Okay, yaad karo fanboys ka full form. Okay, so let's look at this sentence. Grace opened the door. Do you think only Grace opened the door is a simple sentence?
No, ma'am.
No?
Yes, ma'am. It
Think
is simple
before
sentence.
you speak. Think before you speak. See if there is a subject. See if there is a verb. Is there a subject and a verb here?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
What about this? She looked outside. Is that a simple sentence? Yes,
Yes,
or no?
ma'am. It is.
It is
Yes,
a
ma'am.
simple sentence. Both of these are independent clauses. यहाँ पे ये subject है और sorry, and यहाँ पे ये verb है. This is the subject. This is the verb. Okay.
Yes.
How can I make this into a compound sentence, guys?
Ma'am, can I tell?
Yes.
Ma'am, Grace open the door. Grace open
Grace opened the door
and she look outside.
and she looked outside. Okay. So you have to use a word from fanboys to join these two sentences so that it becomes a compound sentence. Is it clear to you?
Yes.
So इस topic में you will get questions like identify which one is simple sentence, which one is compound sentence, which one is complex sentence. Or they will ask you from simple sentence, make compound sentence. They'll give you 2 simple sentences like this and they'll say make a compound sentence. Okay, let's do some more examples. So this is correct. You can use and. Kabhi-kabhi you can use more than one conjunction also. Okay. So there is one subject, one verb, one subject, one verb. Let's do 4 examples here. On the chat box, I want you to answer the first one. I am good at swimming. I don't like it. Both these sentences are complete sentences. Okay. Both are independent clauses. Okay. So first one is but and this is and so. You can't write because मैंने अभी बोला that because is not a conjunction. आप conjunctions याद रखोगे fanboys से. Only these are your conjunctions. इसके अलावा कोई भी words है वो conjunctions नहीं है.
Okay,
Got it? So please don't write because anywhere, क्योंकि अगर आप because लगा दोगे वो complex sentence हो जाएगा.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Next one. It was late. I wasn't tired. What can you add here on the chat box, please? Okay. Arfat has given me the answer. Others? Okay, perfect, Manan. Sahil, check. Is that the correct word? I got answers only from 3 people. Only from 3 people. It was late, but I wasn't tired. It was late and I wasn't tired. Can you write it was late, so I wasn't tired?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you write so in between?
No, ma'am.
Ma'am, we can write yet I wasn't tired.
Yet I wasn't tired. Yes. It was late, yet I wasn't tired. It was late, but I wasn't tired. It was late and I wasn't tired. And is actually also not the right thing to use. Yet and but are more correct. But you can't write words like or so. I was late, so I wasn't tired. But mostly if you are late, you should be tired, no? ठीक है, तो आप so नहीं लिख सकते हो यहाँ पे. Last one. I have not met Steve. Have I met Susan? I have not met Steve. Dash. Have I met Susan? It's not a question. It is not a question. I have not met Steve. Dash. Have I met Susan? There's a full stop here. I have not met Steve or have I met Susan? This is going to be nor, guys. I have not met Steve nor have I met Susan. मैं ना तो Steve से मिली हूँ ना ही Susan से. Okay. So it's going to be
Okay,
nor.
ma'am.
So nor मतलब ना इसका ना उसका. Like
किसी
that.
का भी नहीं.
Okay, yes. ना इसका ना उसका. So when you're like इससे भी नहीं उससे भी नहीं, so you when not this and not that also, that time you use the word nor. Okay. So I have not met Steve nor have I met Susan. So that's the correct one. So these are your answers. You can take a screenshot here. You can use many conjunctions, but there's like one conjunction that's going to be super fitting ekdam usme. Okay, I hope you've taken a screenshot. I'm moving forward. Now we're doing complex sentences. Okay, in a complex sentence, there is an independent clause. Okay, plus a dependent clause. So do you see how this is going? In a simple sentence, there is only one independent clause. In a compound sentence, there is 2 or more independent clause. And in a complex sentence, एक independent or एक dependent clause. Clear? Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
For example, when my father is not home. Do you remember this? We studied last class. We did this example only last class. Is this
Yeah.
example
Yes,
of independent clause or dependent clause? See if it is a complete or incomplete sentence.
Ma'am, it is incomplete. Dependent clause.
It is a dependent clause. Okay, so I'm gonna write this in a different color.
Ma'am, independent.
Darling, this is a dependent clause because it's an incomplete sentence. Okay, when my father is not home, I go and play. I go and play. Is this a complete sentence?
Yes, independent.
Yes, this is independent.
Independent.
Rohini ma'am, can I leave and join because your voice is not coming?
Sure, darling, join back.
Ma'am, I will join back.
Yes, okay, done. Okay. Okay. So first one is a dependent clause and second one is an independent clause. Okay. And in a complex sentence, there is a dependent and independent clause. Okay, agar I can write this sentence in a different way also, I can write this. I go to play when my father is not home.
Ma'am, this is simple sentence.
Is it? Is it simple sentence?
I think, ma'am.
No.
No.
Ma'am,
Asma
is
is
it?
right. It is a simple sentence. Okay. So let's actually look at examples of complex sentences now. Okay. When he won the award, everyone cheered. Everyone cheered is an independent clause. When he won the award is a dependent clause. Okay. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So यहाँ पर this is the independent one. Take a screenshot. Did you take a screenshot of the last one?
No.
I'm going to move 1 second. Yes. Take a screenshot here, please.
Done.
Okay, fine. Now let's look here. When he won the award, everyone cheered. Okay. So this is a complex sentence because there is one dependent and one independent clause. Please take a screenshot. You can write it here, dependent, and this is okay. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Now that I have saved up, I can buy a bike. This is also a complex sentence because it is start. You remember, right? Complex sentence may there are conditions like this. Now that I have done this, because this happened, since this happened, like that. Okay? As a condition say it is starting. Got it? Is this easy? I think we've done sentences like this in last class also. Example. So many examples we did. You remember all of those?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I'm not going to wait too much here. So let's look here. I took my umbrella because it was raining. Okay. Now again here, fanboy's words are not being used. So this is a complex sentence. If I write, I took my umbrella, or let me say, it was raining, so I took my umbrella. Sorry. What sentence is this?
Complex.
This is what I'm writing is a complex.
No, ma'am, compound sentence.
Why is it a compound sentence? Give me reason.
Ma'am, because we added so.
Because we
Fanboys.
added so. So is a conjunction. So this is a compound sentence. Okay. Can somebody tell me a simple sentence of the same somewhat simple meaning? कोई भी एक simple sentence बनाओ इसी चीज से. Anyone?
Ma'am, it was raining. I took my umbrella.
You don't have to write it was raining, I took my umbrella, or you can just write it was raining, I took my umbrella. ठीक है? Got it? So this will be the simple sentence. And this one is the complex one. And even if you write the same sentence in a different way, because it was raining, I took my umbrella, this is also a complex sentence. Clear all of you? Any doubts so far? If there are doubts, you better ask now because then I'm going to ask questions.
Ma'am, I didn't understand, but I will watch video again.
Sure, Umesh. And then you can ask me your doubts. And we'll practice now. That time you will understand a little bit. Okay? Just remember fanboys. That is what is going to be helpful. I hope you took a screenshot. 3, 2,
Done, ma'am.
1. Okay. Okay, now we are going to do a little bit of practice. You guys are going to tell me which one is compound, simple, complex. Okay. Let's do the first one. Carl knew lots about monkeys. On the chat box first, please, if it is a simple, complex, or compound. Okay, fine. So this is now first step is you have divided these two sentences into two parts. Okay, which means automatically it's not a simple sentence. In the simple sentence, you can't divide it into two parts. Carl knew lots about monkeys. Nahi kar sakte ho aap. It is one sentence only. You can't divide it anywhere into two parts. Okay, but the next two you can divide it into two parts. Now the first part here, you are seeing if in the second wala sentence, you are seeing if there's a fanboys word. No fanboys word here. But in the third sentence, you can see that there is a fanboys word over there. So then this becomes a compound sentence. To confirm, you can see now, he was hungry is the independent clause.
Yes.
He ate is the independent clause. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
He ate. Usne khaya is independent. And we saw that in a compound sentence, there are two independent clauses. Yes?
Yes.
Only Shahid is answering.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. In a compound sentence, there are two independent clauses. And in a complex sentence, there is one dependent and one independent clause. So then this becomes your complex sentence. कुछ नहीं याद रखना है. Only you have to remember. First वाले में one independent clause. Second वाले में two independent clause. Third वाले में एक independent, एक dependent clause. इतना समझ आया?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm not hearing anything from some of the kids. I don't know what you have studied. When I ask, when
Yes,
I give you the homework, and when I see your answer, I'm going to give you homework. Okay? So this is your first step. ठीक है? First, just remember dependent, independent, किसमें कितना होता है. Okay? After that, when you look at a sentence, see if you can divide it into two parts. If you can't divide it into two parts, it's a simple sentence. If you can divide it into two parts, then you see if there's a fanboys word. If there is a fanboys word, it is a compound sentence. If there is no fanboys word, it is a complex sentence. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Easy?
Yes,
Take
ma'am.
a screenshot of this. Okay, 3,
Done, ma'am.
2, 1. Now what I'll do is I'm going to show you guys your homework. You guys are going to take a screenshot of your homework and then you will send it to me by 6 o'clock. Okay? Take a screenshot of this, please.
Done, ma'am.
Ma'am, homework.
This is your homework, 5 questions. All you have to do is see if it is simple, complete or complex. Sorry, simple, compound or complex. 6 o'clock, you are going to give me this homework. Okay? 6 o'clock, you're going to send this homework to me on WhatsApp. Picture.
Okay, ma'am.
And I want it from
Okay, ma'am.
everybody. Okay? So just see all these same steps. If you can divide or not. If there is fanboys word or not. Okay? And that way, you can just write it down. In the same way, write it down and just tick mark with pencil or pen. And I'll give you the correct answers later. Okay? And I'll only give you the
Okay,
correct
ma'am.
answers if all of you give me the homework. अगर सिर्फ 5 बच्चों ने homework दिया and 10 बच्चे ने नहीं दिया, मैं आपको answers भी नहीं दूंगी इसके. ठीक है? So take responsibility of telling your friends to send the homework. So that's it. Your class is done. Fist to 5.